The air hung heavy with smoke and despair. Cards slapped against worn felt, a symphony of ruin for a man named Silas. His eyes, bloodshot and desperate, darted between his meager hand and the mountain of debt piling up before him. Each lost bet tightened the noose around his future, each loss a nail in the coffin of his dreams. Whispers of his misfortune painted him as a fool, a man who had tempted fate once too often. Despair, a cruel mistress, whispered temptations in his ear. He had heard the rumors, the legends of a shadowy entity who could grant wishes for a price. A dangerous gamble for a desperate man. In the silence of his thoughts, Silas made a choice. He would seek out the devil himself. The journey to the crossroads was one he took alone, his heart pounding against his ribs like a captive bird. Moonlight painted the path before him in shades of silver and black, each step heavy with the weight of his decision. As he reached the crossroads, a figure materialized from the shadows, its form shifting and swirling like smoke.
You seek my help. Tell me, mortal, what is it you desire?
Silas, his voice trembling, confessed his plight, his words swallowed by the night. The story is available for purchase from Amazon, and the link is in the description. The devil listened, an unsettling smile playing on his lips. He offered Silas a simple deal, untold wealth and fortune in exchange for something precious. Silas, blinded by desperation and the allure of a quick solution, failed to question the true cost. The devil's terms were vague, shrouded in whispers and shadows, but Silas, intoxicated by the promise of redemption, readily agreed. A cold hand clasped his, and Silas felt a surge of power course through him, dark and intoxicating.
Think of me whenever you need luck at the tables, and your desires will be met.
The devil vanished as quickly as he had appeared, leaving Silas alone at the crossroads, his fate irrevocably sealed. Returning to the gambling den, Silas felt a surge of confidence he had never known. The cards seemed to fall in his favor, each hand a winning one. His debts were erased, replaced by a fortune that grew with each passing night. He had become a legend, his name whispered in awe and envy. But beneath the surface of his newfound prosperity, a seed of unease began to grow. The faces of his opponents, once filled with the thrill of the game, now reflected a chilling fear. They spoke of his unnatural luck, of the darkness that seemed to cling to him like a shroud. The whispers followed Silas beyond the gambling dens. He was a pariah, feared and shunned by those who had once called him friend. His wealth could buy him material possessions, but not companionship, not peace of mind. The joy he had initially felt from his newfound fortune turned to ashes in his mouth. Loneliness became his constant companion. He found himself haunted by nightmares, his dreams invaded by images of the devil's cold smile and the echoing emptiness of his own soul. The weight of his bargain pressed down on him, a constant reminder of the price he had yet to pay. Silas, once a man of simple pleasures, was now a prisoner in his gilded cage. He tried to silence the growing unease by showering others with his wealth, hoping to buy back the camaraderie he had lost. But his generosity was met with suspicion and fear. People saw the darkness in his eyes, the taint of the devil's touch upon his soul. His attempts at redemption only served to deepen his isolation. The thrill of winning, once intoxicating, now left him empty and cold. He had everything he thought he ever wanted, yet he had never felt so utterly lost. The devil's bargain, once a beacon of hope, had become a curse, a constant reminder of the terrible price he had paid for his fleeting fortune. One night, driven by a desperate need for human connection, Silas ventured into a tavern he had frequented in his former life. He hoped to find solace in the familiar faces, in the warmth of shared stories and laughter. But the moment he stepped inside, the room fell silent. All eyes turned to him, filled with a mixture of fear and loathing. A hush fell over the tavern as a hooded figure approached Silas. The stranger's face was obscured by the shadows of his hood, but his voice, when he spoke, was laced with an ancient wisdom.
The devil's tricks, the price always comes due. True power lies not in wealth or fortune, but in the strength of one's own spirit.
The words struck a chord deep within Silas. For the first time since making the pact, doubt crept into his heart. Had he been a fool to trust the devil's promises? Was there a way to break free from the chains he had so willingly forged?
There is a hidden valley, a sanctuary where those touched by darkness can find redemption. A powerful sorceress resides there. her magic strong enough to break even the devil's hold. But the journey will be fraught with danger, a true test of will and spirit.
The stranger's words offered Silas a glimmer of hope, a chance at redemption. But the path ahead was uncertain, and Silas knew he would need all the strength he could muster to face the trials to come. The story is available for purchase from Amazon, and the link is in the description.